Alright guys, and welcome back. Tonight I'm back out with my 243. It's getting quite hard to cover all the fields now because all the crops are starting to really come up high now, and a lot of them are past the height of what a rabbit would be, so it's quite hard to spot rabbits now. So I've got to be very selective on where I come to shoot rabbits. So I've decided to come onto one of my permissions where I can get a really good vantage point from the top of a hill that slopes down onto one of the bean fields. So I'm hoping that I can pick a few rabbits off along this hedgerow here. I'll pan the camera around and show you, but it's a frustrating time of the year. Other than grass and meadow fields being cut, it becomes pretty much difficult to shoot anything with a rifle. So hopefully we can fin a few rabbits out tonight, and I might even try and catch up with that fox that I've been meaning to bump into. So we'll see how it goes. There's a rabbit just down here. 184 yards. So that's 2 clicks. Probably still don't have to dial for it, but why not? Nice. First one down. Off to a good start. Cracking night to be out tonight. This view here is just fantastic. It was raining most of the day, so the ground's pretty wet, but it's come out good for us today, so we're happy with that. I've just made my way along this wood line here to see if I can get into a better position to shoot the corner of this field. This is my new permission, and I've just come across this large earth mound here. It looks very foxy. You can hear a buzzard up there as well. I think it's got a nest. It's quite vocal. You'll probably hear that in a moment. But this earth mound here, it's got quite a few large burrows in it, which will be very handy if I want to shoot some foxes on here tonight, because I could maybe position myself down there in the bean field, have my fox caller on, and maybe entice, if there is some foxes out of this. Now there's another one there, look. This is new ground to me. It's my new permission that you might have seen on my other video. So I'm just learning the lay of the land as I shoot it. I haven't seen any fox scat around here, but there's the remains of a rabbit there. So it might be a good place to pitch up. There's only one way to find out, so we'll give it a whirl. That buzzard's making quite a bit of racket. Anyway, let's get back to it. Right, I'm not going to hang around here and see if I can shoot some rabbits, because the longer I'm here, the more I'll disturb this area if there is any foxes in here. So we'll make life easy and we'll go onto one of the grass fields and try and shoot some rabbits over there, because this is getting really hard to shoot rabbits on these crops because you can't see anything. So we'll make our way over to some of the grass fields and see if there's some rabbits out there. Right guys, I just nipped back to the van there to pick up my fox caller to get ready for fox shooting tonight. And as I was making my way back down through to the field which I'm going to pitch up in, which is just over there, there was a hare down there. So I've just managed to shoot that there. We'll now make our way over to that field and get pitched up, and we'll have radio silence and see if we can entice a fox in with the fox caller. Just round the left here, this is where that big earth mound was with the holes in. So I'm hoping if I'm pitched up over there, foxes will hear me and they'll come around this track here, through there and down into the field where I am. I have noticed on the outskirts of this tree line here that there is remains of a wood pigeon, a rabbit, and there's a lot of fox scat coming down here, so hopefully I'm in the right area and I'll be able to get a good result tonight. So this is a field that I'm going to pitch up in tonight, so I'll probably pitch myself up there so that I can cover this way and the other side. So them two hares that I've shot, well I think one's a hen, one's a rabbit, I won't know till I get down there, is there. That is the wood where I suspect the foxes are in. Now the beans are quite high, so I don't think I'm going to do any good pitching up down here in the corner. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go and pick these hares up and whatnot, because if the foxes do come out of there and they traverse across this hedge line here, they'll pick them up and they won't bother coming to me. So I'm going to pick them up and bring them with me so they don't bump into them free meals first. Nature's happy meals, as I call them. Because we're going to be over there on lookout, so we'll go and pick these up and then we'll get set up. So there's them two hares there. I've turned them over because they were quite messy. So yeah, we'll take these, we'll go and get set up, and hopefully we'll see if we can cross paths with a fox tonight. Right, so this is where we are pitched up. So given the limitations that we have with all the crops being up, you can see there the wood in front of me. This is where I'm hoping the foxes are going to come from. With my thermal, I'll be able to spot them coming out of the wood, tracking down along this hedge line here, and when they come through this gate down this way to us, I'll be able to pick them up nicely. But equally, if they come through it in this field, anywhere along this hedge line as well, I'll be able to pick them up. That hedge line there is about 100 yards away. So it's going to be quite close, and it's going to have to be quite quick once I get onto one, because they will spot me, I suspect, as soon as I spot them. Tonight I'm using an Icotech GC 350. It's an alright little caller, to be fair. It's not one of the most expensive ones, but it works. And it comes with a little remote like this, where you can obviously program the settings for various calls and whatnot. Right, it's 10 to 10 now, so we'll go quiet and see what happens. After 45 minutes of waiting until it got darker, I put the caller on. I played Cub in Distress, and straight away a fox appeared by that hedge line there, where I suspected it might do. I then checked the gate, nothing there. Check the top of the field, nothing there. Pan around to the left, checking this hedge line, nothing there. Then, as you guessed it, boom, a fox right on the caller, more or less straight away when I put the call on. It then came out of the top here, came down the field a little bit, disappeared, didn't give me much chance to get a shot off at it, but then as soon as this one went, another one came. At this point I decided to make my way down to the bottom of this field, because that's where the activity was. Oi! That first fox there kept on seeing it in my thermal, just cutting up and down this side of the field, but it wouldn't come in. It wasn't paying any attention to the caller, so I decided to stalk it down. And as I was making my way to the corner of the field, I clocked it no more than 100 yards away, maybe it's about 80 yards, and I could see it through the fence, but I just couldn't quite get a shot onto it, so I had to keep on moving myself around. Managed to get in a position where I could slot it, so I dropped that fox. Then as I made my way over the gate, because I could see another heat signature in the thermal, there was another fox there where I shot them two hares. So I managed to shoot that one. Then another fox came. Obviously these are the cubs. I suspect the first one I shot was a vixen, and the following two will be the cubs, because after the third fox that I shot in my thermal, I could see another heat signature. It was bowling away over the field, though that wasn't hanging around. I waited for a little bit, but nothing else presented itself, so We'll go and pick these up and see what's what, but I definitely think that first one was a vixen. Even with my thermal, it's quite hard to find these foxes in these beans, considering they're not that tall in this part of the field. I can't see it with the thermal, so I'm just going to have to use my Mark 1 eyeball and try and find this fox. I think the first one's around here somewhere. Oh, there we go. This will be the vixen, this, I suspect. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it's a vixen, that. So, in this, one of the cubs was in this gap in the hedge that leads into the next field. This is where I shot the hares. I wonder if that's where I shot the hares there. You can see the claret there. If they've picked that up and they've been sniffing around that, trying to find the hares, and that's what's attracted them to this area. So it's just as well I moved them hares from there, otherwise it would have ruined the night. Oh, there we go. That's a little cub, that. It's only a little thing. Size 9 boot for comparison. Dog, little dog. Sorry, kiddo. Right, where's the other one? Right, I'm going to have a look for this other one, and we'll see what that one is. Right, here's them two foxes that I retrieved. I can't find the third one. I'm going to have to check my footage and see where I shot it, and maybe come back tomorrow and have a look in daylight. Well, I don't believe it. I was on my way back to the van to go home, and I spotted a fox asleep, one of the other cubs, so I tried to stalk it down, but I pushed my luck a little bit too much, and it got me and it went away. So I thought I'd just quickly scan over to the left, scanned over to the left, and here comes a fox trotting down. So I'll give it a few lip squeaks. It keeps on coming in, and I just had to stop it with an oi. Oi! Just to get a shot off at it there, so we'll go and pick that up and see what that is now. So that was an unexpected result, to get another one on the way home. So we'll go and see what this is. Just got some eye shine there, so here it is. This is fox number 4 for tonight. Another little cub, bless it. Another dog cub, that. Well, that just went a little bit mental. So tonight's the gift that keeps on giving. So I've just shot another 2 cubs there. Again, I will try and get home tonight, but there's another 2 cubs down. I think there must be another fox set over here, because there was a lot of activity in that corner over there. So I'll come back another night if I don't bump into any more on the way back to the van.